On our wedding day, my groom ran off. So out of spite, I married his dad instead. Can't be your bride? Fine, I'll be your mom. Be your son? Who's your son? When he came back and saw me still at the manor, especially with my hair up like a married woman, he assumed I'd shamefully wormed my way in as his concubine. Disgust flashed in his eyes. Miss Meng, Wanner is the only one in my heart. If you're willing to call off the marriage, I'll take you in as my sworn sister. If you ever run into trouble in the capital, I'll have your back. I was stunned. Gu Shuming had absolutely no clue what was going on at home. I couldn't help but laugh looking down at him. Huh, whether I leave this marriage, that's not your call. Gu Shuming missed the first part of what I said, figured I was just refusing, and coldly replied, I'd imagine you don't want to spend your life in a marriage that's just a title. Dragging this out won't do you any good. I think you've got it wrong. Whether I leave has nothing to do with you. And since I'm already married to your father, you should call me mother, not Miss Meng. The word mother hit Gu Shuming like a bolt of lightning. He stared at the girl in front of him, his face darkening. Even if you're bitter about me ditching the wedding, come at me. Don't pull a dirty move like this to trash my father's name. I took my time watching his expression shift, then said calmly, Did nobody tell you? When the Meng and Gu families set up this marriage, they never specified which son. Since I didn't pick you, I naturally picked your father. His fiancée was now his mother. Gu Shuming stood there speechless, completely unable to process it. After a long pause, he flew into a rage and sneered, Wang Jingyao, have you no shame? Can't get the son, so you go after the dad? A broke family throwing away every last shred of dignity just to move up in the world. You really think marrying my father makes you my mother? Li Wanner stared at me in disbelief. She'd just been deeply moved that Gu Shuming had left me for her, and now she suddenly found out I'd married his father. Wouldn't that make me her future mother-in-law? That thought hit her like a gut punch. She'd eloped with Shuming and made me the laughingstock of my own wedding. Now that I was her mother-in-law, there was no way I'd let that slide. I watched both their faces with great amusement. Honestly, I did feel a little sorry for this girl who'd eloped. Marry improperly and you're a wife, elope and you're a concubine. A family like the Gus would never let a girl who eloped become the official wife. No matter how much Gu Shuming liked her, the best she'd ever get was being a concubine. Gu Shuming caught me smiling. What are you laughing at? Nothing. Just happy that I barely got married and already have such a fine son your age. Be your son? Who's your son? Gu Shuming looked like he'd been stepped on, glaring at me with pure disgust. I watched his face twist with rage and flashed him my brightest smile, firing back without a care. Whether you like it or not, those are just the facts. I'm your father's wife, which makes me your mother. From now on, when you see me, you show respect, proper etiquette, and call me mother. Chunliu, the Gu family takes filial piety very seriously, right? What does the family code say about a descendant who openly disrespects their elders? In response to Madam, yes, the Gu family does have such a rule. If a descendant is unfilial, the elder is entitled to administer punishment under the family code. Chunliu, how dare you side with an outsider? I'm the heir to this Marquis estate. Are you seriously threatening to use the family code on me? I'm the Marquis's heir. You can't just hit me whenever you feel like it. As your mother, why wouldn't I? But I don't feel like getting my hands dirty today. What if I had your father petition the emperor? Say you're unfit for your title, strip your heir status and name someone more worthy in your place. You think the emperor would approve? I caught a flicker of alarm in his eyes and my smile only grew. The only reason Gu Shuming could act like this was his status as heir to the Marquis of Changxing. He figured Gu Jingchen's condition meant no biological children, so the title would naturally go to him as the adopted son. But he was dreaming. At that, Gu Shuming's pupils sharply contracted. Li Wanner was shaken too. She looked up, voice breaking, and pleaded for Gu Shuming. Please forgive him, madam. Brother Shuming just needs time. He didn't mean any disrespect. If you must punish someone, punish me. None of this is his fault. I'm talking family business with my son. Since when does an outsider get to chime in? A girl who eloped, lecturing others about manners? Really? Meng Jingyao, that's enough. Come at me if you've got the guts. Picking on Wanner doesn't make you tough. You're just a bully. I was about to clap back when I felt someone's eyes on me. I looked up, and there he was, that strikingly refined man standing in the doorway. I had no idea how much of what I'd said he'd caught. I swallowed what I was about to say and turned to him. Husband, thank goodness you're here. This son of yours has zero respect. He had the nerve to talk back to me right in front of everyone. I'm tied up with official duties. Household matters have always been the lady of the house's domain. I'll leave the discipline to you, my wife. Father, she was my fiancée. You knew all of this. How could you marry her? You abandoned her on your own wedding day and ran off, throwing the family's honor out the window. Why didn't you think about that when she was still your fiancée?